have my cat back?
Do you really want it back?
Yeah! All right. Welcome to another edition of First Issue.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Fess. And this is Earth's Mightiest Hero, Captain Marvel #1. All right. So we got Captain Marvel #1.
Yes. It's 1955.
Except this is a girl.
Uh-huh.
Well, there have been female Captain Marvels before. Even
there
more.
have been a whole bunch of Captain Marvels. There have been like 4 different Captain Marvels. There was the one that detached even. Like all of his limbs detached. I'm not kidding.
Arm fall off boy became Captain Marvel?
Different
Essentially.
universe, but yeah.
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 So we got this cover. This cover.
This is not leg fall off boy.
No, we got this.
It's bold.
It is. It's
Definitely.
It's bright and clear. It probably would stand out. It's fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
A little boring.
I'm not really into the font for the title here.
Yeah, it seems like there should be a little texture on something.
Well,
You know,
she's
rather
got
than
a little
just
texture, doesn't she?
Not really.
Well,
I think they're trying to go for like a retro style here.
Yeah.
maybe.
So that's that I can respect.
I think the other thing,
not my favorite.
the other thing is that even I knew who doesn't know doesn't know comic books so much is that Captain Marvel is a guy, and so
No, there's
not all of them.
There was a female Captain Marvel long before this.
Like before this, I mean, it was He was a guy.
No, there was a female Captain Marvel in the 80s.
This is Marvel. You're thinking of the DC Captain.
No, the Captain Marvel before this Captain Marvel was a guy.
Well, yeah,
For
that
years.
one. But there's another Captain Marvel from Marvel, if I remember right.
There's a
that
bunch of
was
them.
also
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Shazam.
Yeah.
The guy who
that's
goes
another
by-
Captain Marvel.
That's the guy who now goes by Shazam, but
Yeah.
so we got Captain Marvel #1.
The black chick with the white robes.
with the
You know
afro,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
I have that one.
Quasar,
Which was I confused because I was confused because I do have a Captain Marvel with a black woman on the cover, which confused me. But I'm saying before, consecutively before.
It's kind of like saying
It was a man before this one, so it's like maybe the selling point is that there's a woman on the front, and it's Captain Marvel #1. Maybe somebody might be going, "Hey, what's going on?"
Well, here's the thing.
That's the only point I was trying to...
I understand that, but the thing is, anybody who would remember Captain Marvel, this particular color, design scheme, Captain Marvel, as a man, would also know about the others. If they didn't, then you're talking about like a 30-year gap in reading.
Okay. I have zero gap. I have a zero history of this character.
Okay.
So we're just going to go right in. I guess this is the thing with Marvel. They do like a one-page sort of...
Daily Bugle thing.
Yeah, and usually it's supposed to be like a look back into the history. And what we know is... that's nothing.
Well,
okay.
no, it
tells you she's Ms. Marvel.
It tells you that she's Ms. Marvel, and she's taking over the Captain Marvel mantle, essentially.
Yeah.
See, Ms. Marvel unmasked.
Oh, right. Miss Marvel Unmasked.
Yeah, so this is
where we
actually
learn
Miss
that this
Marvel,
is Miss Marvel.
Promoted to Captain.
Right, and I gotta say, look at a bit on the old Miss Marvel costume for a good cause. Those breasts, that is...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
boobs.
who drew that, but they don't look quite right. One looks incredibly bigger than the other.
It's Marvel, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, minor detail.
Yeah.
So we start off. We got the 2-page spread with action over the top with panels going across the bottom. I personally like this type of spread. You're not confused about here, and you're going left to right at the bottom. All right, we're
cool. And we've got the Absorbing Man.
Who is gigantic for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
He's huge. This guy is huge. So this is my first encounter with like reading with Captain America, and I see Miss Marvel there, who's Captain Marvel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, so this big giant beast guy at the Museum of Natural History in New York City, where these guys, people are running away. It's like, lucky me, if it ain't Captain America's secretary, Mrs. Marvel.
It's like,
instead of Ms. Marvel, it's
he says Mrs.
He says
because he's a dumbass, as we will establish very soon.
I think I know your problem, absorbing man. You're bitter that your name sounds like a brand of toilet paper.
Don't do that voice ever again.
Please don't.
Why?
It sounds awful.
So Captain America says, "What do you want with Moonrock, Grell or Krell?" Moon power.
Yeah,
I've lost it. When I
yeah.
read this comic in the store, I was like, "What the?
Yes.
I want the power to wax and wane throughout the month."
Well, I love how fucking serious he is about that.
Oh, he's into the moon powers, and I love that Ms. Captain Marvel and Captain America are like,
Fuck, you're tired.
it's not that standard. Oh, it's a comic book. There can be powers from anything.
Yeah.
No, these guys are going. What the hell is this guy talking
And the
about?
funny thing about it is, like, I'm not sure which of these three is being more irrational about that, because honestly, that's a Stan and Jack character in the making.
Yeah.
Fucking kid walks into a natural history museum, wants to really touch this moon rock that, he's so fascinated with space travel because Apollo 9, Apollo 11 just fucking happened. So he touches it and, I became Moon Lad or some shit. And, and so it's like, considering Absorbing Man has been around, I think at least since the 70s, maybe the 60s, I'm not sure exactly how long this character's been around. I don't give a shit about Thor villains. But with him, it's like, he's been around when that shit was plausible.
Wasn't he a Hulk villain?
Was he? I thought he was Thor. I might be wrong. I don't, like I said, I don't give a shit about Absorbing Man. But the thing is, like, given that he lived through this, the Marvel age where that shit happened, who's being more irrational here? Him for thinking it will work, or them for assuming it wouldn't?
Well, I don't know. I love her quip here. Cap, I think he's onto something. He's already absorbed the reasoning powers of the concrete.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Great.
Also, I'd like to point out this is the auspicious start of all the ass shots in this comic.
Yeah.
Ding!
Captain America, number one.
Super Soldier, ass shot.
Ass shot.
Ding!
Ass shot.
Two ass shots.
So I think I got this, and I don't think he should be really touching Captain America's shield if he's Absorbing Man.
Right.
If he's gonna get the powers of vibranium.
Pure Wakandan vibranium.
Wakandan vibranium.
Yeah.
Well,
they do mention that in the comic.
Yeah.
Is it vibranium in this?
It is vibranium.
Yep.
It is vibranium.
Because
ass shot.
Another presented ass shot from Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
It kind of looks like a cat or something.
Well, actually, to be honest, she's not Captain Marvel yet in this point in the story.
That's true.
Yeah, she's still technically Ms. Marvel, even though she's wearing
but
the
she's
Captain
in
Marvel.
the Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
right.
derived costume.
So with another ass shot, we can see from Captain America here. We get we get the fight ensuing, and she gets a red cloth from, I think, within the museum or something like that, covers his head long enough to. This fabric is Stark designed and impermeable. If I can keep it on him long enough, he'll pass out. Honestly, I don't know where she got that, but okay. Nobody's wearing a cape here, so.
Yes, I was wondering. I was like, I thought it was her cape at first, and I realized she wasn't wearing it.
Right.
Maybe it was hidden in the shiny folds of her ass.
It was inside her ass.
Do we have another?
Right there.
There's another one.
Yeah, shot. But,
wait. There's another one here where she's rolling over.
There's like three of them in that one panel.
Oh.
Wow, that's an ass trifecta.
Right. I don't know. I do like her because she is so badass.
She's badass, but
she is badass.
But like, what the hell with Absorbing Man's size? The dude gets bigger and smaller. Well, mostly just bigger as this thing goes. Is that a thing I missed? Did he gain that ability at some point?
Maybe he absorbed something. He absorbed those little dinosaurs you put in capsules you put into water.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are at the Science Museum.
Yeah,
that's where you find those.
Yeah, that's where you get those. That is. Let's pretend that's what happened.
Makes sense. It makes sense for me. Then he'd be a sponge.
Yeah.
So basically, we do get a scene after the fact. All right, Absorbing Man has been taken down at the Avengers Tower, and Captain Marvel is saying, "Hey, you got this suit."
Or Captain America.
Captain Marvel's dead.
Yeah,
I think
has been for 30 fucking years, but of course in Marvel time, he's been dead 12 months maybe.
Yeah, and he's like, just take the name. I mean, you technically are a captain, I think.
Well, no, she outranks captain. I can't remember what she is, like corporal or some shit.
I think it did say corporal.
Yeah, earlier on, like when he's
Corporal Marvel just doesn't have that zing
doesn't
to
really
it.
have the same.
Yeah, she outranks Captain Captain America. I'm
Yeah.
mixing up my captains. There's so many captains. Why is everybody a captain? Why is there not a lieutenant?
I want some lieutenants, like just this creepy, like militaristic
a rear
superhero
admiral.
Yeah.
Rear Admiral Marvel.
Brigadier General America.
Hell yeah, man. I would totally be down for that, like, just this weird franchise thing like Batman Inc., but with Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, he's like, here, bottom line is that you've led the Avengers. You've saved the world. Quit being an adjunct. Take the mantle.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, it's been long enough. No one's bringing his ass back.
Yeah.
Maybe the wrong choice of words considering the next page.
And then Spider-Man.
Yes.
because Spider-Man.
They're hanging around.
You know,
so to speak.
Little Mr. I will never be on a team who's now on like every team except the X-Men.
Oh, that's a different conversation.
And Spider-Man shows up and, gives Ms. Marvel a chance to beat him up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they're sparring.
He's trying to be all like, neighborhoodly and friendly and...
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right.
Although I love the fact that when they decide to start sparring, he puts his mask on. After having,
Yeah.
he
puts his mask on and then the thing over it.
Yeah, the helmet, like sparring helmet over it. Which was actually, I'm sorry, with the right color job, that will look awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just as in general, like, for a character, not Spider-Man specifically.
Also, wait. I missed one. Ass shot.
There we go. Let's see here. Nope, there's no other.
The dialogue is, hey, why don't you
just be Captain Marvel,
basically.
goddammit.
Yeah, you should be Captain Marvel.
And also, Spider-Man does quip about her hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, did you do something different with your hair? I'm trying to think. It's, tread carefully. I could vaporize you on a whim. Awesome!
Yes.
Seriously, I love your hair. I don't want to be vaporized.
Yeah.
I'm really amused that wherever she goes, she's being followed by a wind machine, apparently.
Yeah.
Her hair is like Medusa.
It is like
no matter
floating
what
all
scene
over the
it
place.
is.
It is pretty awesome. I actually really love her hair.
Yeah, looks kind of new wave.
So what we get is basically, she's flying around thinking about stuff. She's thinking back to when she got powers, basically.
Which I love. It's like, because I didn't know.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it shows you how she's
part of it. Yeah.
Which I like, because like I knew nothing about how Captain Marvel got her powers. The only thing I knew about her as Ms. Marvel was that she was a character that Rogue had absorbed in order to get her flight and super strength. And knew nothing about her otherwise. So I'm like, oh, cool. Thank you. I needed this, actually, if I wanted to know her origin. And they got it in 2 panels. 2 panels! Not 5 issues, motherfucker. 2 goddamn panels. And I got everything I needed to know about her origin.
Yeah, just a little bit here. And she starts flying into space, and she...
And
activates...
this is where we have, rather than butts, we have the boob.
The gigantic...
shiny boob.
Like the
ding,
fucking...
ding, ding.
Iron tits, man. It's weird looking.
They're as big as her head.
But no, this helmet is more ridiculous. Where, okay...
Oh yeah, she has a helmet that doesn't cover the top.
That covers the sides... gives a mask on her,
which
for what I understand, she only activates this sort of thing like in space thus far.
Yeah, apparently her forehead is like her Achilles heel or some shit.
Yeah, that she breathes through her forehead or something, and the top of her head is fine, and her mouth is
whatever.
Her ears are covered. Maybe it's so her ears won't pop. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, well,
now it makes sense. Now to me too. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
All right, we're good with it.
We'll buy it.
Fine. She can breathe in space, and it's for her ears not popping.
Batman.
Okay.
And maybe protecting her eyes a little bit as she goes through the atmosphere.
No, ear popping.
All right. So I don't know. She's doing like this stunt thing where she just flies up really high and then just lets herself fall.
She's monologuing.
Yeah,
she's monologuing.
Her whole thing is about, because the thing that we are kind of talking, the kind of thesis of this character, at least as I understand it in this issue, is she kind of thinks of herself as one of the kind of chosen personality types, I guess. Where it's like there's certain people who want to touch the sky and they will do anything and overcome any obstacle in order to do so, and they're destined to do it. And to kind of visually represent this thought process she does this whole flighting thing. So I understand that, but it's, it's what it is.
Yeah.
So she's taking the damn name.
Yeah, I love that. This is one of the times where a pointless, or ordinarily would be considered pointless, splash page, I actually like. Because it's like, normally a splash page for something really cool and dramatic, and this fucking is, despite the gigantic amounts of black space. But I do love that. I'm taking the damn name. That's the only thing on there. That's badass.
So, moving on to the next morning on the Upper West Side, we see
her making coffee
as Carol Danvers.
Yep.
And
hair down this time.
Spending like a 2-page spread making coffee. How to make coffee with Captain Marvel.
Well, first you need to get like heat powers to boil the coffee.
When the coffee maker doesn't work.
Yeah. And we find Burke. I'm not sure what the hell her first name is supposed to be, unless that is her first name.
I think it's a last name.
They only refer to each other as their last names in here.
Yeah, so we'll just call her Burke.
And
military.
Yeah, and they're talking about, basically Danvers is visiting her and she's quipping like, oh, you're just here to take care of me like an old lady that I am, blah, blah, blah. She's going through chemo, and so they're talking about that, and so they're talking about basically just general stuff.
Yeah, and they even talk about like her hero a little bit.
Right.
Which comes into play when we find out that they're looking through the Daily Bugle, that this woman who was like one of the pioneer and one of the best female fighter pilots in the world has passed away. Yeah,
I do want to mention, we do have passing the Bechdel test here if we do count only last names.
Yeah.
As far as this. The only guy they talk about is like, I got to call that guy to come fix the thermostat. And it's like, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
doesn't count.
This comic passes Bechdel test with flying colors.
Yes. So years ago, because Marvel, we're probably not going to get too specific with
you really shouldn't when it comes to endless long continuity comics. Getting specific is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right. And we basically have Stevie Danvers and
Carol.
And what?
Carol.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking with Helen Cobb.
The fighter pilot.
The fighter pilot that just died. So we're flashing back to them meeting her, and I think it's kind of like for the first time.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. He's introducing her, and the idea is that, like, okay, Carol is one of the new young guns of the new breed of fighter pilots, and Miss Cobb is like, fuck y'all, you guys suck. We were amazing back in the day, and we're still awesome now. And she's like, well...
so it's the young versus old.
But
you show me.
But it's very jovial. Right. It isn't in a threatening sort of way. It's like, we were busting each other's balls, basically. And then she's like, hey, well, why don't we see how good you are? We're gonna challenge you tomorrow morning. She's like, I'll be there. Knock you out.
Yeah, we also find out that she was also Helen was in the Mercury 13 program as well. So there's a little bit more space stuff. We're making our connection here.
Oh yeah,
and then we flash forward to now, in which Captain Marvel is paying her respects, and I believe she was presented with her ashes.
Yeah.
And she takes them up to space to let them go. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is when you get this whole sequence is when you get that that thing I was talking about the type of people who will do anything to touch the sky, and we'll get there. And so symbolically, we've seen her go up there once before. Does it again for the ashes.
Very cool. And another just general shot. Basically closing off that thought. Very nice, and honestly, this almost could have been a one-shot.
It really
for
could.
how it's put together.
Yeah.
So
succeeds. Period.
Totally.
I also say it succeeds, and I've also picked up more of these issues.
Yeah.
And it gets a little confusing.
Well,
but it's still really interesting.
Yeah.
But when she started time traveling.
Well, that'll do.
But that's beyond what we're talking about.
Yeah. I know, but still,
There's
it made
also-
me really want to, and it's
also
fairly
Marvel,
stolid.
dude.
So if you picked up the first
yeah.
volume, I'd say pick up the first volume for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, my only beef with the comic is the artwork is kind of muddy. There's something about the coloring that just makes it kind of muddy.
A friend of mine also had mentioned that he wasn't too big of a fan of the art style.
Yeah, well,
But I didn't think it was too terrible.
I think the art style works for the most part. It just, when it's finally printed on the page, it just kind of falls. You can tell what it's reaching for. It doesn't quite make it for whatever reason.
Right.
And also, I'm always distracted by the shiny butts and bosoms. They're all very shiny. But, other than that, the story is very good. I love that we have a female character that has, real motivations.
Yeah.
And not cliched motivations.
We also have a character who is curvy, not a pole.
Yeah.
And she looks like she has muscle and weight to throw around. She looks like when she punches you, you will feel it.
Yeah.
Even if she wasn't superpowered, she looks like she could beat your ass. I mean,
Exactly.
look at
what was that?
So I do appreciate that a lot. She doesn't have a boob window sort of thing. I mean,
she does have the molded breastises, but
wait a minute, that towel or that. She was wearing a sash.
It's a
Okay.
She's wearing a sash that changed in size when she wrapped it over the guy's head.
Yeah, that's a huge freaking sash.
So that's
Okay.
Look at that sash.
That's a giant sash.
Maybe it's folded multiple times. Anyway, so
Well, it came in useful.
yeah. So we have overwhelming succeeds for Earth's mightiest hero, Captain Marvel, #1 from Marvel Comics.